Hi YouTube, this is Ari from Finland and I'm making this video about the TNK Guns M240 kit, how to install it to the Matrix M240 gun. It doesn't drop in, so I was thinking that it's wise to show you guys how to get this kit to fit in the gun. So here is the basic kit that comes from the TNK guns. There's the kit itself. Here's the valve with a 6mm macro line inside. Little mess here. This goes right here. Nice. And here's the block. It goes around the valve by supporting it to its place when shooting. Then we have a hop-up unit that's made from brass, and this doesn't fit straight on. So what we have to do is to take off the AEG, the stock hop-up unit, and tremel a little. We have to tremel the hole where this brass sits little bit, just a little, 0.1 millimeter or so. So after you have filed it with the Dremel, you can fit this thing to the barrel and make it fit. One other thing also is that the spring that is here for standard, that gives the unit the pressure to line with the kit properly. I had to take off the spring. It didn't fit with the hop-up unit. So what I did is I added two O-rings in front of the hop-up unit and the barrel. Here's a spacer that makes this fit nice and tight. It doesn't basically move forward. So when I put the barrel into the gun with the kit, the hop-up unit will stay where it is. It doesn't move at all. So we have a nice and tight fitting there, and you won't be having hop-up issues like running the hop-up forwards or something like that. Okay, that's for the hop-up unit. What you need to do, it ain't hard, very quick work. Remember to use Dremel. It's all about the Dremel tool in this install. Next thing what we could look is a cooking handle. Since it's a little bit different from the Echo1, I can show, here's the picture. As you can see, in the original one there is few holes in the handle. Here is none, so it may a little bit get you confused when you start the install, a little bit excited about the kit, so the mind doesn't work properly when you see that something is different or doesn't fit. So what I did here is to just take the original screws off and added a 4mm screw here. Then this is the handle that comes to the kit right here, as we can see right here. It's perfect. Let's take it off. Little bit get some all everywhere. So for the handle you need to put this spring into the hole on the side of the kit Then push the balloon, ball, not a balloon but a ball, handle. It has this little curve here, so it goes on top of the ball. Changing hands here. Now it's on its place. So then you take the handle, you put the kit for like this inside the hop-up in the body. This valve is on also. We watch it later too. So this is the basic thing how you drop the kit inside the body. Then when it's in the body you add the lever. The screw here goes to the hole in the handle and you cock the gun like this. There is also this part that this belongs to the handle too. I didn't need it because I replaced it with the screw. But if your handle has holes in here, you may put the knocker here. It should go somewhere around here. And it goes there. So when it's on the place, your handle is here and you can cock the gun by using this also. But I use the screw. Another thing that brings questions is the hop-up and barrels. They are AEG models. The barrels only is the AEG. So as you can see, the hop-up rubber in the DG Daytona is one of its own kind. There are no others like it in the market. This is a standard AEG hop-up rubber, so they're quite different. You don't need this spring from the gun. This is the original spring for the cocking handle. You don't need it anymore since the Daytona has spring on its own. Let's look at the body. What you need to do. Here's the gun. Open it. It's easier to make this install when you remove these feed tray covers, so then don't just all of the time do this. It's pretty annoying. First thing I noticed is when I tried to drop in the kit, it goes like this. It stayed like this, upwards and a little bit too behind. So even if it would drop in, you have a huge issue here since the magazine won't feed. It's not in the correct place. So what you need to do, let's take this off. You need to tremolo a little again. Here's one tool, something like this. I used a round tip and a file. So first tremolo these corners. In Matrix you have round corners on this level where the gearbox is connected. It's like this. That pushes the Daytona kit backwards and that makes the kit to not fit. So you need to tremolo these corners off, and let's see if I can find the file I used. I had this diamond file. It's very effective, and what I need to do after the tremoling. I first of all did this and used the smooth side to about half millimeters or 1 millimeter off from the lever here, so the kit would install on its right place. Also, you don't have any attachment screws for the kit in the body, so what you need to do is to drill these holes. Not in this body, I show you soon how to do it. One thing you have to remember is that Daytona has a huge kick in it when you shoot it. So you need to Loctite these screws here inside, so when you are shooting they don't unscrew themselves and mess with the kit. Use the red Loctite for these 3 screws here. Okay, let's see about the attachment screws. This is the bottom plate of the body. This is the Daytona bottom. You can see these holes here. They goes right there with the body's knobs, like here. What I did is I push it forward as long as it goes. Then I used what it's called, a mouser, digital mouser. Here. So no battery here. So I did it like this. I just watched how far is the screw, and made the drill. Unfortunately, there was a little mistake here. I thought the kit would sit in so far forward that it can go to the bottom plate, but when I push the plate back to the body of the kit, you can see these shitty holes. A little bit difficult here. When you put the kit inside, you notice that the drills that I have made first time doesn't fit, and the screw holes of the body are about 3 millimeters backwards. That's why these are so horrible holes. I had to make new drills next to the first ones to make the kit sit properly inside. These are a little bit difficult to do, to get them right at first, but you need to do them because the kit without the screw wobbles a little bit, and that will make some mess with the alignment or other things. These are pretty important to do, so the kit will stay on its place and, and your gun will shoot properly. Well, the problems don't stop here. When you have the kit inside and the hop-up has been made, this was the first one I did to make this sit on its place. Then I get this inside, and when it was inside, this was a little bit a problem. As you see, this is a very horrible surface here. This was a nice aluminium block. but with Matrix it doesn't fit. This body is 0.2 millimeters too narrow for the aluminum block. This doesn't fit inside, it just jams here. So what I had to do is to take a Dremel again with this tool and very slightly taking off the material from the surface of the block from the both sides, and now it goes right there. When you have to get inside, it sits very hard and the line of the gun pushes it a little bit tighter on its place. So this wouldn't be so hard if you wouldn't have to be so what it's called, accurate with the work. The difference is for the kit in the body itself are from 0.1 millimeter to 2 millimeters. The corners in the kit were about 2 millimeters too big, so had to Dremel so much so the kit would sit inside. Then you had to, this was a 0.2 millimeters too wide, so it's pretty accurate to file down to its correct length and it so that it fits. It was a pretty hard work and slow. It took me about 2 hours to get it fit right. I didn't rush with it. So I also recommend you don't too, because you have to get this shit right. Do not rush with anything, or you'll just waste your money. I'm going to clean this kit now and then I show you how to put it together. The kit has been cleaned. I forgot that I had to do the trigger mechanism also again. Little bit hurry. Cause you cannot use the electric stuff from the AEG, so you have to do your box mag feeding system all over again. So what I did is to use a Dremel again. I Dremeled this pistol grip with this tool. It's about 10 millimeters deep. Just cut it here. It may take some time, but you'll get there. This works is the wire from the switch goes to these connectors. This is only my own work, so you can do it a lot better. This one goes to the mag itself here. This is for the battery, and when you pull the trigger you hear the click sound. The magazine starts to feed, and it's pretty same with the valve, so when your mag starts to feed, your gun starts to shoot also. Let's try to put it together again. First, the kit itself. There's some dirt. Okay. There's the ball. the top of the spring handle. There. The valve. It's clean. There. You have it. Next thing, the body. With the tray cover. It's easier to put the line first. It comes through the lower place. Cover. Need some guidance. And there. Straight in. Next thing you need to do is to hold its place, take the bottom plate, add it here, push it correctly, you can see the screw holes matches. Next thing, you put the screws on. First the first ones. I have ketchup on my hand, so it's a little bit different. One thing you want to do when you put these screws on is to tighten them across like this, so that makes the kit go straight. I forget one thing. Rushing on things. Let's see if I can take it there. The bolt. Always forget something. Yeah. It goes there. So we don't have to take it off. Oily hands. I'm not Loctiting these screws yet because I'm in the break-in period, so they can hold the ground for that time. Since the break-in has been done, I will Loctite these screws. The kit screws was already so tight that I couldn't open them, so they didn't need, in my case, the Loctite yet. Then you put the handle. Spin. Block on the lower hole. In. Nice. It's there. Buttstock. Here, as you can see, the oil has come through the kit to the buttstock. It's horribly shiny. I drilled a hose line hole here. This sits like this. The handle isn't attached. Barrel. Also, I forgot to mention that there is no pushing knob for the hop-up, it's just a screw. So some guys has broke their hop-up rubber with the screw. I haven't read why it happens. Is the problem with the screw or the lack of the pushing knob? I added Sorbothane 70D here between the screw and the IR hub patch, so I hope I won't be breaking my hop-up rubber soon. Power is in. As you can see, it's on its place. attach batteries attached, and